Are our devices ever truly safe? We clutch our smartphones like modern-day talismans, these repositories of our deepest secrets, our financial lives, our most intimate conversations. We trust them implicitly. We tap, swipe, speak into these glowing rectangles, believing the digital walls we erect are strong and impenetrable. We set up passcodes, facial recognition, two-factor authentication, feeling a sense of security with each added layer. But what if this security is just an illusion? The very device meant to connect you to the world is secretly being used as a window for someone else to look in, a microphone for them to listen, a logbook of your every move. The fortress you believe you've built might just have a hidden backdoor, one you unknowingly left wide open. This isn't about nation-state cyber warfare, not teams of shadowy figures in a dark room typing to breach servers. The threat is far more personal, far more insidious, alarmingly accessible. Simple applications marketed as legit. Parental control software, employee monitoring tools, Find My Device utilities. Meet Alex, a graphic designer living a quiet, ordinary life in the city. Like most of us, Alex's smartphone was an extension of their own mind. It held work projects, chats with friends, photos of a recent vacation, banking apps, a dating profile. It was a digital chronicle of a life in progress. One evening, while having dinner with a friend, Alex mentioned a funny private joke from a text to their sibling earlier that day. The friend smirked and finished the joke. Alex froze, a cold dread washing over them. There was no way their friend could have known that detail. The incident was dismissed as a bizarre coincidence, but the eerie feeling lingered. A few days later, Alex was discussing a confidential work project over a call. Later, their friend asked about that exact project's new color palette. The coincidences piled up. Too specific, too personal. Alex felt constantly watched. Conversations at home seemed known by this other person. Places Alex visited came up in casual conversation. It became a slow, creeping psychological torment, a gaslighting campaign with a tech advantage. The paranoia was suffocating. Alex second-guessed every interaction, scrutinized every word. Trust crumbled, suspicion and fear took its place. Alex started changing passwords, reviewed app permissions, ran antivirus scans, found nothing. The phone operated perfectly. So how does a device go from being a personal assistant to a personal spy? The process is deceptively simple and often relies on a moment of human error. These hacking apps, often called spyware or stalkerware, don't typically hack the phone in the cinematic sense. Instead, they need to be installed, much like any other application. The most common method requires brief, physical access to the target device. It can take as little as 2 minutes. Someone just needs to get their hands on your unlocked phone while you're distracted, perhaps when you leave it on a table to use the restroom or leave it charging in a common area. Once they have the unlocked device, the process is straightforward. The person navigates to a specific website on the phone's browser. They download an installation file, often disguised with a generic name like System Update, Wi-Fi Service, Marketing, Hand Picking Up Phone, Downloading File, File Hiding Itself. They tap to install it, quickly granting it all the permissions it requests. Modern operating systems have become more stringent about permissions, but these apps are clever. They will ask for access to the microphone, camera, contacts, location, accessibility services, justifying each request with a plausible-sounding reason. An unsuspecting user, or in this case, a malicious installer, will simply tap allow on every prompt without a second thought. After installation, the app performs its master trick. It vanishes. The app icon disappears from the home screen and the app drawer. It removes itself from the list of recently installed applications. It then burrows deep into the phone's file system. The capabilities of modern commercial spyware are breathtakingly invasive, offering a level of surveillance that was once the exclusive domain of intelligence agencies. Think of it as a complete remote control for someone else's digital life. At the most basic level, these apps function as a comprehensive communication monitor. They can intercept and record every single incoming text message and every single outgoing text message. WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram. They achieve this by using keylogging, recording every keystroke, or by capturing screenshots whenever the user is typing in a specific app, bypassing the encryption entirely. Every conversation, no matter how private, is laid bare for the watcher to read. The surveillance extends far beyond text. These applications grant the ability to monitor all phone calls, incoming calls, outgoing calls, missed calls. An operator can view timestamps, durations, and contact information. Some of the more advanced apps can even record the actual audio of the phone calls, allowing the spy to listen to every word. But perhaps the most chilling feature is the ambient listening, or live surround function. The operator can remotely and silently activate the phone's microphone at any time, turning the device into a bugging device. Whether the phone is in a pocket during a business meeting or on a nightstand while you sleep, it can be used to listen in on real-world conversations. Visual privacy is equally compromised. The spyware gives the operator complete access to all media stored on the device. They can browse. One of the most insidious features of high-end spyware is honestly, its dedication to stealth. These applications aren't, designed by amateurs. They're crafted by skilled developers whose primary goal is to make sure the app stays completely invisible and undetectable to the average user. Their survival really depends on it. The first line of defense is the installation process itself, where the app icon is immediately hidden. So, a user casually scrolling through their screens will find no trace of a new or unfamiliar application, giving them this false sense of security from the very beginning. The app simply doesn't exist in the visible user interface. To evade detection from more tech-savvy users, these apps engage in sophisticated mimicry. They don't run under a suspicious name like spyapp.x. Instead, they disguise their process names to look like legitimate and essential parts of the operating system. System Service Sync Manager Core (GSM) names that seem boring and technical, causing even a suspicious user to hesitate before terminating them, fearing they might crash the phone. This camouflage allows the app to run continuously in the background, performing its data collection tasks without raising any red flags in the device's activity monitor or running processes list. Furthermore, these apps are meticulously engineered to have a minimal footprint on the device's resources. A poorly designed spy app would drain the battery quickly or consume large amounts of data, both of which are dead giveaways. Sophisticated spyware, however, operates with extreme efficiency. It collects data in small, manageable chunks and is often configured to upload this data only when the device is connected to a Wi-Fi network. This prevents unusual spikes in mobile data usage that might appear on a phone bill. It also throttles its own CPU usage to ensure the phone doesn't overheat or become sluggish, preserving the user's normal experience and keeping them blissfully unaware. Even most standard antivirus and anti-malware programs can be fooled. The spyware developers are in this constant cat-and-mouse game with security companies. The story of Alex is not a work of fiction. It's a dramatized composite of countless real-life cases documented by news outlets, law enforcement agencies, cybersecurity researchers worldwide. The threat of commercial spyware, often called stalkerware, is a documented and growing problem with devastating real-world consequences, especially in cases of domestic abuse and obsessive relationships. Back in 2019, a major investigation exposed Retina X's global reach. Retina X sold spyware like Phone Sheriff Mobile Spy. These apps were used by thousands to secretly monitor partners' children employees, causing widespread privacy violations. Google Apple began cracking down in their app stores, but the threat persists. Developers bypass stores, instructing customers to sideload apps from websites. In 2021, news broke about Pegasus, developed by NSO Group. Pegasus was marketed to track terrorist criminals, but investigations showed it targeted journalists, activists, political dissidents worldwide. While physical access is the most direct way to install spyware, it is by no means the only method. Hackers and malicious individuals are masters of social engineering, the art of manipulating people into compromising their own security. One of the most common techniques is phishing. You might receive a text message or an email that seems to be from a legitimate source. Your bank, a delivery service, even a friend. The message will contain a link and an urgent call to action. It might say, "We've detected suspicious activity on your account. Click here to verify your identity." Or, "Your package has a delivery issue. Click here to update your address." The link, however, leads to a malicious website. This website might be a perfect replica of the real site, designed to trick you into entering your login credentials. In other cases, the moment you click the link, a file download is initiated in the background. The site might prompt you to install a security update or a special tracking app to resolve the supposed issue. If you are tricked into downloading and running this file, you have just willingly installed the spyware on your own device. This method is particularly effective because it preys on our trust in familiar brands and our instinct to quickly resolve problems. A moment of panic or a lapse in judgment is all it takes to open the door. Another popular trap is the lure of free or cracked software. People often search for ways to get paid apps or games for free. They find themselves on shady websites or forums that offer these apps, but with a hidden payload. You might download what you think is a free version of a popular photo editing app. The digital world we inhabit is a landscape of incredible dualities. The same technology that connects us with loved ones across the globe can be twisted into a tool for surveillance. The same device that empowers us with knowledge can be used to steal our most private information. It's easy to react to stories of Alex and spyware with fear and want to disconnect, but retreating isn't a viable solution. Instead, understand, respect, and learn to navigate technology with wisdom. Your curiosity is a powerful tool. Be curious about how technology works. When you install a new app, question the permissions. When you get a strange email, inspect the tactics. This curiosity turns you from passive to active. Learn basics of phishing, social engineering, malware. Curiosity plus knowledge equals confident awareness. Balance curiosity with caution. Caution is practical application. Hesitate before clicking a suspicious link. Use a strong passcode. Keep your software updated. Deny unnecessary app permissions. Caution isn't paranoia, it's rational. Build mindful habits, like looking both ways before crossing the street. Small, steady vigilance secures your digital life. Navigating our connected world is a balancing act. Embrace opportunities, respect dangers,